Hey, how's it going? My name is jackiefishhh and welcome back to another massive online battle for Total War Attila. In today's video we ask the age-old question, who would win, the Roman Empire or the Chinese Empire? And a lot of people discuss about this and kind of decide who they think would be winning these engagements. Would the Chinese be able to win with their superior tactics, or their superior equipment I should say, in numbers, or would the Romans win with their superior tactics and kind of their elite formations? Who knows? I would probably say most of the time China would come out on top of that engagement, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'd be pretty interested to find out what you guys have to say and why. Obviously the Chinese having amazing steel. I believe I read somewhere that the Chinese steel didn't get seen around in Europe until like the 1200s, which is pretty goddamn crazy. So let's go ahead and stick it on slow-mo so we can check out a few of the units for the Chinese mod. And if you want to play this mod, you can do so. I'll leave a link down below in the description. As well as that, you also can play this faction in the campaign. You just basically load in as a roaming horde, which is pretty cool, kind of an invasion of Europe as it were. So as I said, this is 12,000 people in this battle, 6,000 on either side, so a nice even matchup on numbers. On the front line of the Han Dynasty, we do have the large shield spearmen. These guys are going to be acting as a kind of buffer between the enemy assaults. Behind that, we have some leather armored crossbows who are going to be trying to pierce the Eastern Roman Empire armor. We then have some hand marshals. He's going to be protected on either side by some of these regular armored swordsmen. And then behind that, we do have the Emperor's Garden swordsmen. These guys are a bit more heavily armored and ready for action. We then also have some defender axes, and then finally some regular army spearmen just behind that. We also have some cavalry actually dispatched on this right flank who are going to be harassing the Eastern Roman Empire. We got some Emperor Garden cavalry here, kind of a hybrid shock archer unit, and then we also have some Tiger Royal Knights who just look great. These guys are just heavily armored and ready to get stuck into melee, so I'm sure they're going to be charging themselves into combat. Then for the Eastern Roman Empire, you guys basically have seen these units a million times, but on the front line we do have some armored archers. As we continue to go back, we have some of the spearmen right here. They're going to be supported by some of the heavy axeman guard. And then as we continue to go back, we have some of the heavy sword infantry right here. So some pretty nice armor, and hopefully that will tell the tale of how the battle will go out. So both sides are going to be moving their way in. It does look like the Eastern Roman Empire is going to be trying to shift their kind of main formation around the flank and trying to take the Han Dynasty off guard and overwhelm that left flank. I mean, the Romans were always known for overloading one flank more than another, so definitely showing their good tactics right here. Hopefully going to be just, pushing down and then kind of smashing in. I mean, they have the huge numbers as well. But yeah, there's a lot of men here. And it looks like they're taking the main body of their swordsmen as well over onto this left flank as well. Whereas in the center, they've kind of got a lot more. They've got a lot of swordsmen in the center actually as well. My mistake. I thought they had maybe a few more spearmen here, but no, they are going heavy when it comes to the swords. Over on the right-hand side as well, they also have some more cavalry pushing through the positions here. I mean, one of the interesting things, I think it was the right flank that the Romans always used to overload with their kind of most elite soldiers. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if the Han Dynasty does want to try and reform up their position and try and look to go elsewhere, because they're going to get completely smashed in if they don't commit more soldiers over to this left flank. We'll go ahead and stick on triple speeders for skirmish, just kind of the curves though, as these archer cavalry move in, get a few shots off onto the spearmen. But the spearmen, I believe, the spearmen are in a nice little elite defensive formation right here, so it's not like they're going to be taken out anytime soon. However, looking over on this right-hand side, it does look like one of the Chinese cavalry units has actually been caught out by the Eastern Roman Empire. They're going to be engaging with their sword infantry in the front lines, and they're going to be reinforcing with more horses flying into the back with their lancers. This is going to be pretty unfortunate for the Chinese cavalry. However, this Chinese cavalry is very, very elite, and I imagine we'll be able to hold their own, especially as they have more Emperor Guardian cavalry coming in to help them out as well. And I think this cavalry fight is going to be going in favor of the Chinese just because of their superior horsemanship. However, both sides are doing some nice casualties, but the Eastern Roman Empire is about to lose one of their horses. I think this is going to go down south pretty quickly for the Eastern Roman Empire, which is unfortunate. However, maybe the Eastern Roman Empire should have sent more of their spearmen to help out and help defend this. It does look like the Eastern Roman Empire, though, is going all Ramsay Bolton on this battle, and he's going to be volleying into his own soldiers. Granted, through the wood, so it's not really going to be doing as much damage. These archers are going to be just trying to pick away at the horses as best as they can. A lot of the arrows are going to be missing their mark because of this huge forest in the way, which is pretty interesting. In Three Kingdoms, the archers tend to shoot over the formation. We also have the entire archer battle line right now volleying into the Chinese. The Chinese are in a pretty tight formation. However, this does give them a pretty good opportunity to pick away a few of them and force the Chinese to come out of their, their defensive position. I think a lot of these crossbowmen are trying to fall back now, because the crossbowmen obviously do not have the range that, say, the archers do. Chinese are, though, pushing forward a couple units of archers to try and help this out. Again, over here as well, you're seeing a few of these horses, but I don't know, actually. I mean, they kind of have lost similar numbers. Granted, the Eastern Roman Empire has definitely lost this, but not massively. Not massively whatsoever. We do have more spears coming in to aid as well, so you could see a nice little exchange right here. We've also got some of the cavalry coming back as well, which are routed from the field. These guys are going to be pushing back to the engagement, trying to see their battles end. Yeah, I mean, every single arrow, a couple of these arrows are finding their marks and taking out a couple horses here and there. There's 3 horses taken out there. This definitely does add up, and especially if the Chinese are going to continually look to engage. They're not actually going to try and get away. That's going to leave them completely open for a Eastern Roman Empire charge, which is going to rip through their lines. Oh my god, that did so much damage. And from an engagement that looked so good for the Chinese on this flank, is quickly turning in favor of the Eastern Roman Empire, just because they're supporting with these elite spears and obviously the elite cavalry as well, kind of managing to hold its own against the weaker Chinese cavalry, whereas these knights were really the stronger formation. We can see as well that the Chinese have kind of noted that the Eastern Roman Empire is going heavy on this right flank, and they are reforming up and are ready to defend it. They've got their regular army spearmen on the front line. Behind that, they also have some regular army swordsmen as well there. So they're kind of going their kind of weaker units on this right flank just to keep them at bay, whilst the center smashes them. The Eastern Roman Empire is actually getting kind of low on their ammunition, and that's going to initiate a push forward in this battle. It's kind of crazy. We're like 7 minutes into this battle, and there hasn't even been like a proper melee engagement. There's been a lot of skirmishing, a lot of archer fire. But here we go, the infantry is being pushed forward and ready for action finally. It'll be interesting to see if this cavalry gets a bit closer as well, because it's kind of out in the way right now. Not really as far up as you would like it to be. And here we go, can the infantry of the Eastern Roman Empire break through? I mean, a lot of these spearmen have been completely softened up by the archer fire. The archer fire has done a great job at weakening their shield walls. So I think it's going to be a matter of time until this front line breaks and more reinforcements are having to be sent in. Because if we just take a look at it, I mean, look at this left flank right there. Only 82 of them left right there. Not very good. More infantry being brought up and even looking to take out this flank. We're finally seeing the cavalry starting to move as well. And I think we're just trying to see, can the Eastern Roman Empire stretch the Chinese? The Chinese are committing more and more of their axes into the battle. And these axes will do a great job at cutting through the armor of the Romans. Really, really deadly job. But have these archers just done too much? We also have a unit of the Eastern Roman Empire axemen charging into the elite large shield spearmen. Again, this is what these axemen are designed for, taking out heavily armored forces. As more and more soldiers just push in, and there's gaps appearing in the Chinese battle line. You can see right here the Romans actually using their really nice tactics right here, just breaking through the battle lines and then charging onto the crossbowmen, who are clearly looking at something else. They throw their kind of axes as they fly in, and this is going to be deadly. More infantry needs to be committed here to help support these back lines, because they're being overwhelmed right now. We have more spearmen right here, a nice charge here into the back with the axemen of China. They also have some cavalry ready to support if they need to. But the Eastern Roman cavalry is coming in as well, flying in fast as hell. The archer line completely out of ammunition, and the Romans just looking to weaken down one side. I think they definitely have the advantage right now when it comes to the power, and they're keeping a large portion of the Chinese battle line, focused in on them. And this unit of axemen was an MVP, man. They managed to kill so many of the crossbows. And the Chinese just haven't really been able to use their really, really strong crossbows that effectively, because they were outranged at the beginning of the battle. And now they're just being kind of chased through, and there's nothing really for them to shoot at. If I was the Chinese right now, I'd push all my missiles onto this right flank and start hitting this big blob. Some of the swordsmen, though, are being beaten back in the engagement. These axemen, the defender axemen, proving their worth. Great at taking out armor-piercing units, and they're going to be pursuing them. I mean, if the Chinese can kill these defending units, they can let their cavalry run riot in the back lines. How is that cavalry engagement going in over here? Looks like the Chinese are, faring pretty well against the heavy cavalry from the Eastern Roman Empire. Also, let me know in the comments, guys, do you want to see me take on 1212 and the Han Dynasty mod, so we can see medieval Europe versus the Han Dynasty? We can see how that one turns out. That could be a fun battle to do again in the same sort of scenario, maybe even a siege battle. You know, what if Charles V took an expedition all the way to China, you know? Something crazy like that. This is a really, really cool glaive unit as well, the capital axe warriors. They have like glaives and axes and like halberd type weapons, really cool stuff. The Eastern Roman Empire actually throwing a few of their archers right now into this battle. If we take a look at the balance of power, we can see that the Eastern Roman Empire has currently got a 600-man advantage. But now that they're throwing in a large portion of their missiles, I think that number's going to go ahead and shrink pretty heavily. Pretty crazy battle going on right now. Can't believe there's still archers shooting as well. It's pretty insane that the archers still have their ammunition. Crossbow fight is coming back in as well. Just stay on the camera a little bit. We can go down the battle line. But yeah, we're seeing these crazy formations. Is it the right flank? The right flank has now finally, or the left flank has now finally clashed in against the Chinese formation. Swordsmen and spearmen fighting. I imagine, though, that the Eastern Roman Empire is going to be doing great here, because they are just fighting the regular spearmen. They're not exactly fighting the elites of China. They're also doing a really good job at kind of getting around the flanks and harassing the back lines. But it's not like China doesn't have the reinforcements to send. China definitely do have more men in reserve. How's the center looking? Because it does look like that the center has kind of been lost by the Eastern Roman Empire. I know when we were looking at it, they were doing a great job, but it looks like it's kind of completely revamped. The Eastern Roman Empire has committed a large portion of their force to winning this left flank, and the center kind of crumbled because of that lack of support. There's also a ton of crossbows and archers here. If they can focus on, we're going to see it right now. Everyone's going to train in on this unit, I imagine. And there's like 6 units of crossbows here. Yeah, this unit is just going to get decimated by crossbow fire. Obviously, it's very, very difficult to control all your units in these massive 40v40 unit battles. And, you know, this unit is taking heavy casualties. And the pikemen turn around. Oh, no, the pikemen, yes, no, they finally turn around. We're going to get their pikes down. No, they're not. They're going to get overwhelmed as the infantry continue to move in on this big blob. More spearmen coming, but... you know, I don't know if it's a little bit too late. Lots of archers over here as well being committed. Just trying to take out the Eastern Roman Empire archers. But I don't know if at this point it's maybe worth just kind of allowing the archers to use the last of their ammunition and focusing down the infantry. Because there's still so much infantry left for the Eastern Roman Empire. On this left flank, though, all the cavalry has been dispatched. Yeah, the cavalry has been dispatched. And now all this infantry can start curving around and reforming up the battle line, which is not a bad plan whatsoever. We'll get back stuck in right here as both sides move in. Yeah, we have some of the heavy elite Chinese like halberd axe infantry, which are basically designed for taking on sword infantry. They can just smack them at range, keep them at bay. Obviously, though, if the swords get into close quarter combat, we could see a very, very different scenario unfolding in front of our eyes. More sword infantry being pushed in. And I doubt these regular infantry swordsmen right here, the Chinese ones, will win this battle. But it's more just a delay factor, I think, until they have more reinforcements turning up, which they do definitely have. And, you know, obviously the longer their crossbows and archers shoot, the better. They also have some cavalry over here as well. Wow, this cavalry engagement is actually still going on. My God. Pretty insane. Neither side really giving up. But it does look like the Chinese are going to win that battle. Slowly but surely kind of edging in their favor. More infantry turning up, and this is just freeing up the crossbows and the archers to shoot. However, the Eastern Roman Empire do still have a fair amount of archers left, so it's not like they can't still counter with their own. And balance power is in the Eastern Roman Empire favor. Do they have what's their man advantage right now? Their man advantage is definitely stretched. They've gone ahead and almost got 1,000 more men. If I'm not mistaken, I actually didn't see. Yeah, they've got over 1,000 man advantage now, so it's looking very good for the Eastern Roman Empire. But who knows, the Chinese might be able to master out, might be able to use their crossbows really effectively. Archer fire in the background there. There's just a lot. I think this tactic of overloading the left flank really took the Chinese off guard. And their superior missile force, you know, the fact that they took archers instead of crossbows really paid dividends for them, I think. Allowed them to really dominate the long range fight. Oh, sick as well. Look at this Chinese unit right here, the greatsword unit. Wow, this one's going to be cutting down anything they come into contact with. And they're trying to fight down these archers, which is not a bad idea. But yeah, I mean, there's still 16 minutes left of this battle, so it's not like it's over in any means. There's still a very, very lengthy amount of combat. I mean, there's still like 6,000 people on the battlefield, so, you know, still half of what we started with as these soldiers fight for their lives. I'm talking as if the Eastern Roman Empire has this one in the bag. They definitely don't. They're losing the cavalry fight, which could take out a lot of the archers. The infantry is getting tired, whereas the Han Dynasty just stood there and kind of kept their energy ready for fighting. But the numbers definitely are starting to be a bit telling, as this sort of elite unit of swords getting surrounded now. They're taking down though 4 or 5 Eastern Roman Empire men before they get taken down though, for every one of theirs. There is the eagle though. The eagle is being, oh, it's a pigeon. It's a pigeon. It's not, obviously it's a dove, but you know what I mean. Basically it's a pigeon. I was like, eagle's being held high. Nope, no, it's a dove. The Eastern Roman Empire reforming up their pikemen as well. I mean, look at that. Oh, look at them pikes going down. That is amazing. That is filthy, and I love it. Are you going to do the exact same as well? Oh, yeah, there they are. Oh, that just looks so good. Really, really awesome. But I'd love like a shot and pike total war, just for that one feature. So we do actually have some nice cavalry here by the Han Dynasty. They're going to be reforming in really nicely. Are they going to be shooting their bows at all? Or are they going to be just charging in? I don't know if they actually have any ammunition left. They like being very, very loud. I mean, taking a little glimpse of the battlefield, we can still see that the Han Dynasty has a fair amount of soldiers left. They have their archers, some spearmen, some axemen. But the blood is definitely piling up. This cavalry's going to be trying to push in, but I think the Eastern Roman Empire is going to throw in their general, maybe? That could be a way that the Han Dynasty does win this, is by committing their, you know, trying to kill the enemy general. Could not be a bad idea. If I was, I mean, there's a lot of pikemen and stuff supporting, so maybe not. You don't really know what this unit of cavalry is doing. They're going to charge in to try and help out their crossbows, but it's not really going to work. But they're probably going to get surrounded and just completely killed right now. Cavalry is going to be reforming. We'll triple speed it really quickly just to let both sides form up. All the archers, though, for the Han Dynasty are just focusing down this cavalry unit. It's not bad. And the main kind of bolster of the Eastern Roman Empire forces are going to be pushing in for this nice little last stand, which has been formed up. The Han Dynasty forming their shield walls. I mean, they're going to be fighting pikemen, right? The pikes... What? We're at pikemen, chill! Oh, this is amazing for them, then. If they don't get their pikes down, they get their pikes down now, but it's kind of a bit too late. The spearmen are already involved and engaged. Luckily, some other pikemen can still reform up, but this is a bit brutal for them. So that was deadly. On the right flank, though, I imagine this battlefield will be going very much in favour of the Chinese. These actually have proven their worth today. I mean, how many kills do they even have? Only 177, but that's not bad. Considering they've only lost like 30 men, 36 men, they've killed 177. That's pretty decent, actually. Pretty decent indeed. How, for example, do they match up? I mean, these guys are killed 151, they've lost a couple more men. Some more axemen in the background as well. How many of these axemen killed? These guys look pretty good as well. The defender axemen, 230 kills on these guys. Wow. That's very, very nice. Yeah, the axemen definitely proved to be very strong in this battle for both sides. I don't think the Eastern Roman Empire has any axemen left, but it'd be interesting to see how they fare. The pikemen, though, these pike walls are very hard to deal with in Attila. Not as bad as they are hard to deal with in Rome. They're basically impossible to break. But in Attila, you know, they put up a fairly good defensive position, and more reinforcements moving in as well. More spearmen charging their backs into the engagement here, looking to end this bad boy once and for all. We also actually have a cavalry engagement with both the generals here, so this general engagement could be massive. I mean, granted, the Chinese look like they're basically done now, but I mean, if they kill the general, rout some of the archers, the numbers could definitely match up. You know, there's a 2-to-1 advantage for the Eastern Roman Empire right now. And it does look like the Chinese general is dominating this battle. He still has how many men left? He still has 70 men left, whereas the Eastern Roman Empire only has 50. The cavalry for China definitely seems superior, whereas the infantry and the archers kind of take the bonus, whereas the axemen for the Chinese as well really win on their side. So it's a nice little exchange. These units do seem quite balanced together, which is kind of cool. Yeah, the Eastern Roman Empire is going to completely just ruin this formation and then just finish them off. I mean, how does this battle go on for 10 more minutes? There's like nothing left. Does this cavalry just win? Does this cavalry just win and then run around for 10 minutes? I don't know, but I mean, like, yeah, we'll watch the last little kind of stands right here, the last spearmen, because this will probably be our last little glimpse of the battle right here. Yeah, the Eastern Roman Empire just overloaded that left flank and proved their worth a little bit too much with them superior fighting. So yeah, what the hell goes on for the next, like, a little bit more in your favor? It's been in your favor for a while. Yeah, they're definitely number-wise doing really good. I mean, there's a couple units of infantry here and there, but it looks like the majority of the engagement is just over now. Okay guys, so the rest of the battle just consisted of them trying to chase down the cavalry. I finally managed to get them, but I didn't think I would curse you guys with watching that. The last couple of units are about to just rout because of the casualties, and then we have a close defeat for the Han Empire. I mean, they came very, very close to coming out on top there, so definitely cannot complain. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the kills and stuff, which is kind of a shame. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this battle. If you did, make sure to drop a like and a comment down below. Let me know who you think would win between the Eastern Roman Empire or just the Roman Empire and the Chinese Empire. Maybe, you know, pick a time period you like for either side and let me know, educate me, let me know why they would win as well. And I will see you guys in the next one.